everyone, and welcome back to Fully Playable Games. So on today's video we have got a mega amount of games to go through. I think we've got close to about 60 new games that we're going to be adding to the collection. And all of the games that we've got today are actually from a friend of the channel, and that's Nicky. So we pick up from Nicky quite a bit. He is absolutely brilliant at finding me games out in the wild. But I will say this is actually going to be part one of a two-part video series. So both today's video and Friday's video are going to be some big pickups that I've had from Nicky. And yeah, really excited to get through these. So we're going to dive straight in, and the first two bits that we've got are actually a couple of bits that I picked up from Nicky's local charity shop. And I popped in there after we went to the Chelmsford Boot Fair a couple of weeks ago. And yeah, while I was in there, managed to find these two bits and thought I'd pick them up for the collection. So the first one that we've got is a Shadow the Hedgehog plush. This one, I think it's designed for a car window because it's even got a suction cup on it. But yeah, saw that, thought it looked pretty cool, so decided to pick it up. Paid £1 for that one. Looking it up online, it goes for about £10 on eBay. And then while I was in there as well, it was literally just as I was walking out, just out the corner of my eye, I caught a little stack of manga books. And there was basically two of the same book. So I bought one for resale and then one to add to the collection. And that was Atom, the Beginning. So I don't know too much about the series, but I thought the artwork on the cover looked really interesting, really sort of grabbed my attention. So yeah, just decided to grab it and pick it up. Once again, paid £1 for that one, and it goes for about £10 on eBay. What I will say as well, before we get too much further into the video, it's going to be a bit of a different one today because I haven't captured any gameplay footage for the videos, for the games that we picked up, sorry. The reason for that is they've had a few things that I've had to deal with sort of outside of the channel, and it is just taken me a lot of time to get all that dealt with. More just sort of family issues and things like that. Nothing too serious, but yeah, I've just not had the time at home to go through and capture all the footage, and that's going to be the same for Friday's video as well. But as of next week, we will be back to normal, where we will be having gameplay footage and everything like that. So yeah, just wanted to apologise ahead of time for the no gameplay footage this week. Right, next up we've got a couple of Pokemon cards. So Nicky is a massive collector of Pokemon cards. I'll ask him beforehand, but I will put up a clip that he sent me. If he's okay with it, I'll put a clip up of his current Pokemon setup. It's absolutely brilliant. And yeah, so he's constantly getting Pokemon cards, and yeah, he will pass me the odd one here and there. So I've got a stack of 5 cards, 2 are graded, and one of them I've purchased, the others that he's just chucked in with the one that I purchased. So we've got 3 normal cards, and these ones are ones that he chucked in. So the first one that we've got is Pikachu Secret Rare from Crown Zenith. I will say, I think the artwork on this is absolutely stunning. So like all the different Pokemons that are on there, really nice cards, and one I'm happy to have to the collection. I don't think I've actually got too many Crown Zenith cards. I might have them in a load of the sets that I've picked up recently, but I'm still very much in the middle of sorting through my Pokemon cards. But I know I've not got any booster boxes or ETBs or anything like that from Crown Zenith. So that one, didn't pay anything for that, and that goes for about £10 on eBay. Next up, we've got a Charizard EX. This is the Black Star promo. This is another one that he chucked in for me. We have actually got this one already in the collection. We've got it in the sort of display stand that it actually come in. But yeah, he's got just the card on its own as well. So that one goes for about £8 on eBay. And then the final loose card that we've got, I'm going to read it off the screen, is a 2021 Glaceon VMAX from EV Heroes. This is from the Japanese set. And yeah, anytime I can get any Japanese cards, I really enjoy it now. I have got a fair few actually to look through that I've either got from Nicky or from other places. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to start putting some good sets together of Japanese cards. So the Glaceon goes for about £4 on eBay. And then diving into the two graded cards, these are, so I paid for this first one and then Nicky chucked in the second one for me. So the first one that we've got is the 1999 Pokémon Pikachu, the first movie, promo number 4. This has got a grade of 6, and I've actually already got one of these. I've got the loose copy I think it's in one of my binders. So yeah, when I saw that Nicky had this, I sort of grabbed it off him as soon as I could, because yeah, as well as it being a really nice card, the wife is obviously heavily into Pikachu, so yeah, any new Pikachu editions that we can get are all good. So this one obviously has got a grade 6, and it's actually the edges that are letting it down. So it's got a 9.5 on centering. No, sorry, the corners as well. So corners are 4, edges are 5, and the surface is a 7. So yeah, that's interesting. So that one, looking it up, as I say, I paid £15 for that one. Looking it up online, they go for about £30 in sort of around that grade. What I tend to find is that if you've got like a 9 or a 10 or anything like that, they're fairly easy to find out pricing for. But once you get to sort of like the 4, 5, 6s, 7s, they can normally be a bit harder to find pricing for. So yeah, it's my best guess as to what it's worth. And then the last Pokemon card we've got is a grade 7. This is a Dark Weezing from 2000's Team Rocket. And yeah, this one has got a 7 for surface, 8 for corners, 7 for edges, and 7 for centering. So yeah, another nice one to have in the collection. I think actually I've got a couple of 7s now and a couple of 6s. I'm just looking at my Pokemon shelf. So very much sort of 6s and 7s in my sort of graded collection. But once again, if they come up, I will pick them up. But I don't actively sort of go out and sort of seek out graded cards. Whereas Nicky, if I was able to put the video up, he has a really nice collection of some he has a really nice collection of grade 10 cards, and yeah, some absolutely stunning cards that he's got in his collection. But yeah, for me, if a graded card comes along, then I'll pick it up if I'm interested in it. But other than that, yeah, I don't actively seek out. I will say there are some of my Pokemon cards that I do want to send off and get graded, so I might look to do that in the future. But at the moment, yeah, it's not a big priority for me. So before we move on, the Dark Weezing, that one goes for about £30 as well. Once again, I think when I was looking up pricing for it, I think I could see a 4, and I saw sort of 9s, and I just literally took a sort of medium price in the middle of those two to yeah, come up with the £30 that goes for. Right, now we've got those out of the way, let's dive into the games. So the first set of games we've got we've got 3 DS games that we're going to be looking at, and these are all new for the collection. So we've got Kim Possible Global Gemini. Yeah, this looks like an interesting one. I've never played any of the Kim Possible games. I'll be honest, I know of Kim Possible, never watched the cartoon, never seen anything about it. So yeah, it'd be an interesting one to play at some point. That one, so didn't pay anything for that one. It goes for £3 at CEX, £5 on eBay. And yeah, next couple actually didn't pay anything for. Nicky threw in with another bundle that I bought, which we'll go through in a minute. Then we've got Zubo, I think that's how you pronounce it. Once again, don't know anything about it. Befriend and recruit 55 Zubos to defend the big head and his evil Zumbo army. Okay, I don't know anything about that, but that one goes for £1 at CEX, $3.50 on eBay. And then this next one was actually one that Nicky offered me, I think towards the beginning of the year, and I'll be honest, when he first offered it to me, it was more, I just couldn't afford it at the time. It is quite a fairly expensive game, and it is a Japanese game. So I looked up the PAL version of it, and I ended up picking up the PAL version, and that is Castlevania Dawn of Shadows. So yeah, originally I looked it up, and yeah, this one, the Japanese version goes for about £80, but the PAL version, I think I ended up picking up the PAL version for about £20, but on average it sells for I think about 40. So yeah, I sort of got the PAL version, skipped out on the Japanese version. I think basically Nicky just wasn't able to sell it, didn't really get any interest in it, so he's just thrown it in with everything I've picked up from him. Yeah, I will say the cover art has got a bit of water damage, which is a shame, but inside the cart, the manual, everything else is fine. That, to be quite honest, that's probably what put a lot of people off with this, was the fact of the water damage cover. But I will say it's a nice one to have in the collection. I think actually this is going to be our first Japanese DS game in the collection. I don't think we've got any Japanese so far. We've got American, but I don't think we've got any Japanese. So yeah, really happy with that. Then next up, we've got a couple of PS4 games that Nicky threw in. The first one is one that I have actually had on my in my Amazon basket now for probably well over a year, but just never pulled the trigger on actually picking it up. And that is Resident Evil 4 on the PS4. So with the PS4, there is actually a range of the original Resident Evil games that have been released. Resident Evil 4, 5 and 6 have all had PS4 versions as well. And then you've also got I think it's called the Origins Collection, which is Resident Evil 0 and Resident Evil Remake. So I think the only ones that you can't get on the PS4, as far as I'm aware, are the original Resident Evil 2 and 3. But obviously we do now have the remakes of those. And yeah, it was one that I'd been wanting to pick up. It does need a bit of a case swap. There's a bit of cracking to the top of the case, but really chuffed to have that in the collection now. That one goes for £15 at CEX, £11 on eBay. And then the other game that he threw in for me as well was Niho. I don't know anything about this game. I will admit, looking at the artwork on the back, it does look interesting. So yeah, hopefully I can get some time in and sort of play that. What I will try and do is, if I can I'm actually filming this video on the Sunday before it goes out. So if I am able to capture any gameplay footage before it goes live, I will put it in. So for Niho, that goes for £5 at CEX, £7 on eBay. Then next up, we get into a couple of bits that I picked up from Nicky, actually at the Chelmsford Boot Fair. So as we were unloading, he literally said, there's games and everything in here, have a rummage through, if there's anything you want, put it aside and we'll sort it out later. So he ended up doing me a really good deal on everything that I picked up from him. So the first one that I'm going to show actually is going to be, it's not a game, but it's something I've been needing. And that is In Good Company HD DVD. Now, completely ignore the actual film. The main reason that I grabbed this was the HD DVD part. And that is because we have got the HD DVD drive for the Xbox 360, but I've never actually tested it because I've never had a HD DVD. I've always been Blu-ray. Every film that I've ever picked up since the HD generation come out has always been Blu-ray. Obviously, I had a PS3 which had the HD, the Blu-ray drive in it. So yeah, I had never had a need to pick these up. But obviously now, because it's now a dead format, they're very, when I do look at getting them, I find they're just more than I want to pay. So luckily Nicky had one, I chucked it in, and yeah, it works out that pretty much everything that we got, we paid about 27p for, because he done me a bundle deal for everything. I couldn't find it listed anywhere on CEX or eBay, so I haven't really got a comparison price. But as I say, it was purely bought so that I could now properly test the Xbox 360 HD DVD drive. Then we get into a whole stack of Xbox 360 games. So nice little transition there. And the first one that we've got is the orange box. So I've been wanting to get the orange box on the Xbox 360 in particular, because we've got Portal 2 on the Xbox 360. So I wanted to get this one so that I could basically match them up, because the orange box comes with Half-Life 2 Episode 2, Team Fortress 2 and the original Portal. So yeah, now I've actually got both Portals on the Xbox 360. We do currently have a copy of the orange box in the collection. We've currently got it on the PS3, but I don't think I've got Portal 2 on the PS3 yet. So yeah, to have both the Portal games, which I absolutely love. I've been a massive fan of Portal since the first time I played it, and I think when Portal 2 released, I was playing it day one, literally the morning it released. I was on Steam playing it, so yeah, really enjoyed them. So for the orange box, that goes for £18 at CEX, £19 on eBay. So yeah, a really good pickup from Nicky on that one. Then next up, we've got a double pack. So this is BioShock and Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. And yeah, the big reason for picking this up was because I hadn't ever seen this double pack before. And yeah, whenever I see a double pack that I don't have in the collection, I like to pick them up because I do think they're a bit more unique than the games themselves. What I didn't realise when I was picking it up was this is actually a classics version. So yeah, that is actually going to go into the classics part of the Xbox 360 shelf. So yeah, really chuffed with that. As I say, I've played 50% of this this double pack. I've played and completed BioShock, and yeah, Elder Scrolls 4, I've probably played it for about 10-15 minutes capturing footage for a previous video. But yeah, that one goes for £2 at CEX, £5 on eBay. And as I say, all of these Xbox 360 games I paid about 27p for. Then we've got another double pack. This time it is the bundle copy of Gears of War and Gears of War 2. So this one's quite unique in the perspective that I don't think any of the bundle games that I've got are a double pack at the moment. So that makes this one a bit unique. But yeah, once again, a bit like just the normal bundle packs. Whenever I see a bundle copy I don't have in the collection, I will always pick them up. Once again, they're a different variant that I like to collect whenever I can. So yeah, to get that was really good as well. So that one, couldn't find it at CEX, but it goes for about £5 on eBay. And one thing I have forgot to say as well was all of the Xbox 360 games that we've got here are all complete. So they've all got their instructions as well, which is good. Next up, we've got another classics, which is the Condemned, or Condemned, should we say. I think actually we've got Condemned 2 on the Xbox 360. I mean, I've had Condemned on the PS3 and Condemned 2 on the Xbox 360. So what I like to do is, if I'm going to start a game, or if I'm going to start a franchise, I'd like to try and get them all on the same platform, so then I can get used to the control scheme on that particular platform. So yeah, this was another one that I've been interested to play, because yeah, a lot of people speak quite highly of this. So yeah, looking forward to playing that one as well when we can. For that one, it goes for £4 at CEX, £7 on eBay. Then another series that I absolutely love, and whenever I see them, I pick them up. And this stems back to my days of playing on my friend's Dreamcast, and that is Virtua Tennis 3. So yeah, I remember playing the original Virtua Tennis on my friend's Dreamcast. I've actually got my own copy now as well. But yeah, whenever I see these, I'll always pick them up because out of all the tennis games that I've ever played, these are the ones that I really enjoy. And yeah, so yeah, I saw they had that in the bag and decided to pick that one up. So that goes for £1 at CEX, £3 on eBay. And then we've got 2 more Xbox games left, and I will say these next 2 are sealed. So yeah, whenever you see sealed Xbox 360 games, I will always pick them up, just because of how old they are. To get something sealed, yeah, it's a no-brainer from me. So the first one that we've got is Bulletstorm. I will be honest, I don't think I've ever played I don't think I've ever played Bulletstorm on either the Xbox 360 or PS3. But yeah, it was one that I've heard of. I've sort of seen other people talking about it. So yeah, I probably will give it a go. I think we've got, I'm just trying to see, no, I don't think we've got it on the Xbox 360 yet, but I'm pretty sure we've got it on the PS3. So yeah, I'll probably give it a go on the PS3 when I can. So that one, couldn't find it listed at CEX, but in a sealed condition it go. Oh, sorry, I didn't get a CEX price obviously because it's sealed. Sorry, that was it. And then on eBay it goes for about £5 in a sealed condition. But I will say, I think sealed Xbox 360 games are going to become, I think their prices are going to start really shooting up, just from the perspective of, with the 360 stores shutting down this year, I can just see, we're already starting to see Xbox 360 games go up in price. So yeah, I think the sealed games are definitely going to be ones to grab hold of if you do see them. And then the final Xbox 360 game that we got was Child of Eden. Once again, it is sealed, and I've got every intention to keep it sealed as well. This one, obviously it's a Kinect enabled game. I think you can play it without the Kinect. I know that you can get this on the PS3, but once again, I've never played it. I think we've got it on the I know we've got it on the PS3, but yeah, I don't know anything about the game. Never played it. But yeah, it was a sealed Xbox 360 game, so that's the reason for picking it up. Looking it up online, once again, didn't get a CEX price for it because it's sealed, but it goes for about £11.50 on eBay in a sealed condition. Then next up we move on to a couple of PS2 games, and the first one that we've got is actually a PS2 demo disc. And this is the PlayStation Magazine demo disc number 15. So we've got Jak and Daxter, Burnout, Project Eden, which I think we've got, F1 2001. Yeah, some really good games on there actually. And some of them we've got, some we haven't. Oh, it's GT. I saw GT, and it's GTC Africa. I thought it was GTA Africa. I was like, there isn't a GTA Africa. So yeah, it's as I say, I always pick up demo discs whenever I see them. They're always, I'll always grab them whenever I can. That one goes for £11 on eBay. Once again, we're still paying 27p for the games that we're picking up. Then we've got MotoGP 4, which is a PS2 Platinum game. And yeah, once again, I picked this up because I don't think we've got MotoGP 4. I think we've got number 3, I think. I know we've got another MotoGP, but I don't think we've got this one. Definitely don't have it in Platinum if that's the case. So yeah, that was the big reason for picking it up. I'll be honest, I'm not a massive fan of motorbike racing games. I don't know, I just can't get on with them. I'll be honest, in real life I'm not a big fan of motorbikes anyway. Yeah, just never really got into them. So yeah, that one goes for £1 at CEX and £6.50 on eBay. Then we got a PS3 game, and that is Tom Clancy's Hawk. or Hawks, however you pronounce it. Yeah, I think we recently played this on the Xbox 360 and I absolutely loved it. So it is a sort of aerial combat game and you're basically sort of in fighter jets. Really, really good game. Thoroughly enjoyed playing it. And yeah, when I saw that you had it on a PS3, decided to pick that up. So that is another variant for the collection. I will say the case does need a bit of work. It's got a load of stickers on the back. So I think we've got a blockbuster and a cash converters. So yeah, just another one to add to the collection. That one goes for £1 at CEX and £4 on eBay. Right, next up, we picked up this one, and originally I picked this up thinking that it was one that we were missing, but actually looking at the collection, we do currently have it, but we don't have this particular variant, so I'm going to add it in, and that is FIFA 21. So at the time we went to the boot fair, I was missing FIFA 22 and FIFA 20. We have obviously now added those into the collection, but I didn't sort of couldn't remember what I had, and I'll be honest, I was being too lazy to look at my app. So yeah, saw that you had that there, picked this up, thinking that it was one of the ones that we were missing. But as I say, when I got home, realised that we had FIFA 21 already. But then actually, what happened was I've already filmed this video once. But my memory card corrupted, so this is actually my second run through. And when I was filming that part of the video, I realised that this is actually the Champions Edition. So this is a slightly different variant, so I'm going to get this added in to the collection as well. And so that goes for £5 at CEX, £6 on eBay. And yeah, what I was actually at CEX the other day for a video that's going to be coming out next week, and while I was there I was having a look at what FIFA games were there, because I know that EA have lost the rights to use the FIFA name, and so they've basically changed it. I think it's like, is it FC and then the year now, so I wasn't quite sure where the FIFA name ended, and when I was looking at CEX, actually FIFA 23. So we've got one more to get, and then we've got the full FIFA set on the PS4. So yeah, I'll be keeping my eye out for that. Obviously, I think it was about £10 or something in CEX, so I didn't want to pay that much for it. I thought I'd hold out and see if I can get it cheaper at either a charity shop or at one of the boot fairs. And then the last bit I picked up at the boot fair was a Joytech PS2 multi-tap. I'll be honest, when I picked this up, I thought this was the official PlayStation 2 one, but yeah, it was only when I got home realised it was the Joytech one. But it's one that I will add it into the collection. It's something a bit different. I don't think I've really got any multi-taps. No, I think this will be the first multi-tap that we've got in the collection. So yeah, it's quite an interesting one because it allows you to play. It allows each person to have an individual memory card. Which I don't know how that would work, because yeah, it's normally sort of one save file. So yeah, I will have a go, see what I can do with it. So with that one, couldn't find it listed at CEX, and it goes for about £15 on eBay. And then just before we get into the... Oh, actually, no, I have forgotten something. And that is something a bit different. It's not gaming. So this is a Westworld, Dolores and Arnold. Basically, it's like a pop scene. I'll put a picture up if I can find one online of the actual model built. So this was something that come with a loot. I'll get there in a minute. This is something that come with Loot Crate. So I used to get Loot Crate years and years ago. I've got boxes and boxes up in a loft where I've sort of kept everything together. But yeah, I think I stopped it. And then obviously now they don't exist anymore, which is a real shame, because I think at the moment I probably would have restarted the subscription if it was still going. But yeah, saw that Nicky had this. I'm a massive fan of Westworld. I think it is a brilliant series. I will admit I haven't seen the most recent series. I've only seen up to is it series 4 they're on now. Series 4 is the last one that come out. I've seen up to Series 3. So I need to get the time to sit down and get caught up. But yeah, really, really good model to have. And I think I've got a couple of Westworld bits now. I think actually, no, they're not. They've come from different people. It's not just come from Nicky. But yeah, really, really chuffed with that. So that one, looking it up online, it goes for about £7 on eBay. And that was, as I say, it was another boot fair pickup that I got from Nicky. And then before we move on to the final bundle of games, I've got a couple more PS4 games that I picked up from Nicky. And these were ones, I think he just messaged me and I said that I'd have them off him. He ended up chucking them in with everything else that I picked up from him. And that is Puyo Puyo Tetris on the PS4. Yeah, looking at it, it looks like a very sort of colourful, modern update to Tetris. Up to 4 players can complete locally or online. So yeah, just an interesting one. And yeah, I never understand the way things work with Tetris, because obviously this is an official Tetris product, but it's a Sega game. So I don't know what the deal is with that. I thought Nintendo held the license to Tetris. I might be wrong. I know they did at one point, but hey ho. So that one goes for £8 at CEX and eBay. They both go the same price. And then the final one that we've got is Ping Pong VR. So this is a table tennis simulator. And yeah, basically you use the Move controller with the VR helmet, and your Move controller will become your ping pong paddle. Yeah, once again, it was a VR game, looked quite interesting, so that was the reason for decided to pick it up. Couldn't find it listed at CEX, but goes for £11 on eBay. And then there was one other game that I picked up from him, but when I actually got it home, I had a look at it and realised that there was a massive crack in the disc, which was a real shame, because I think out of the 3 PS4 games there, this would have been the one that I'd wanted in the collection most of all. And that was Extreme Legends of Destiny Warriors 8, or Legends of Destiny Warriors 8 on the PS4. That was the complete edition. But yeah, as I say, the disc was cracked. And there was just nothing that could be done with it. I didn't realise it at the time. I think when you open the box, the cover art of the disc art looked fine. It was only once you actually lifted it out and then you saw the big crack in the underside, which was a bit of a shame. But yeah, I don't know where I've put that case. It's about somewhere. Okay. So next up, we have got a absolutely ginormous stack of PS2 games. We've got a couple of Wii games in here as well. And actually with these, I didn't pay anything for them, because what I've done was I've done a bit of a trade with Nicky. So what happened was, a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of weeks before I picked this up, he sent me a message that he was in his local charity shop and they had what looked like a custom built gaming PC. And I could tell straight off the bat it wasn't a high-end gaming PC. It wasn't anything massively amazing. But he sort of pinged me over the message. Asked what I thought about it. I was like, yeah, for the price that they were asking, I think they were asking, it was either £10 or £20. It was the tower, a monitor, a keyboard, mouse, literally everything to get him up and going. I was like, yeah, go for it. It's definitely worth a shout. I think at the time as well, Nicky only had a Chromebook, so he was quite restricted on sort of what the things that he could do. And I thought, yeah, grab that and I'll come over, we'll have a look at it and we'll get it all set up for you. So when I went round, had a look at it, and it actually didn't work. It wasn't actually too bad. So I think it was running an Intel i5, 16 gig of RAM, and then he had like a 1 terabyte hard drive and either a 4 or 6 gig graphics card. So it wasn't too shabby, but did need a bit of work to it. So obviously I went through, reinstalled the OS for him, gave him a completely clean install. Also got him a second hard drive, and also had to get him a caddy as well. So yeah, what we've done was he essentially just gave me all these in lieu of sort of the bits that I'd ordered and things like that. But I will say on Friday's video, there are a couple of games as well that I got off him, and what I'm going to be doing is getting him some extra parts, like an SSD, and doing a RAM upgrade for him, and that's going to be in payment of some of the games that I got off him in Friday's video. So yeah, stick around to see those. Those are amazing. They are. I am proper happy to have them. Okay, so let's dive straight into this, because I'm just looking at the time and we're already closing in on the 40-minute mark. So I'm going to rattle through these probably fairly quickly. So the first stack that we've got are all doubles, so we've already got them in the collection. And we've got SmackDown Just Bring It. So that goes for $2.50 at CEX, £4 on eBay. We've got 2 copies of Pro Evolution Soccer. Pro Evolution Soccer 6, sorry, 50p at CEX, £3 on eBay. Buzz the Big Quiz, that goes for £2 at CEX, £3 on eBay. I will admit I've got quite a few Buzz games on the PS2 now, so I do need to track down the buzzers, because yeah, you can't actually play them without the buzzers. So yeah, I think that's going to be something I'm going to keep my eye out for at the boot fairs. We've then got Open Season, that goes for £1 at CEX, £4 on eBay. The big hitter out of the doubles is going to be Dragon Ball Z Budokai Technica, I think is how you pronounce it. I don't know. That one goes for £10 at CEX, £12 on eBay. So what I'm going to do is I'm either going to trade that into CEX or flip it on eBay for that sort of price. Then we've got 13, but actually within the 13 case we've got Tekken 5 Platinum Disc. I will say, when I was looking up the prices for these, the Tekken 5 on the PS2 has just gone stupid now. I think the complete inbox you're looking at about 25. Oh, excuse me. So you're looking at about £25. So disc only, you're looking at about £12 for that. So once again, I'm probably going to flip the disc only on eBay, because we do already have, I think we've got Black Label in the collection already. So yeah, not too worried about a platinum disc only. Then we've got London Racer 2, which absolutely amazing game. I love the London Racer series. I think I played the original one on the PC back in the day when it was first released. That one goes for £1.50 at CEX, £3 on eBay. We've then got Tiger Woods 2004. That one is 50p at CEX, £3 on eBay. GoldenEye Rogue Agent, £2.50 at CEX, £4 on eBay. Ben 10 Alien Force, GoldenEye is 50p and 350 at 50p at CEX, 350 on eBay. Ben 10 is 250 at CEX, £4 on eBay. Then we've got From Russia with Love, an absolutely amazing game, I will say. You play Sean Connery in yeah, I don't think it's I don't think it's a story of the film. I think it is a or it might well be, I don't know. I've not played too much of it. I only played about 15-20 minutes of it, but it is a really good game. That one is $3.50 at CEX, £5 on eBay. Then we've got 007 Agent Under Fire. It has actually got an up in price at CEX. It now goes for £2 at CEX, £4 on eBay. And then we've got Robots, which goes for £2.50 at CEX, £4 on eBay. This one actually did come in complete condition, but when I had a look, I didn't have the manual in my current copy, so ended up swapping out the manual into the version that we've already got in the collection, because I think the box was in a bit better condition than this one. And then the other game that I just want to mention was FIFA Football 2002. Unfortunately, we don't have this in the collection, but when I looked at it, it didn't have the disc in, so I was proper gutted about that. So I might have a quick look on eBay, see if I can get the disc, get it disc only for cheap. I haven't got any prices for it because obviously it's missing the disc. And then, right, so we're going to dive into the new games for the collection. As I say, I think all in all today we're close to about 60 new games for the collection. So first one that we've got a couple of Wii games. First one that we've got is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. I will pick up the Harry Potter games whenever I see them, but I don't really tend to play them too often. This one, from as far as I'm aware, this one is quite well regarded. I think it's actually the sequel to this, Deathly Hallows Part 2, that a lot of people criticise. So yeah, it might be one I'll try at some point. That one goes for £2 at CEX, £8 on eBay. Then we've got Half-Blood Prince on the Wii as well. This one's not in great condition. There's some discoloration to the top of the cover, so it looks like something's been spilt on it. But inside, everything's fine. That one goes for £2 at CEX, £7 on eBay. Then we've got Tomb Raider Underworld, £1.50 at CEX, £5 on eBay. And yeah, it's a Tomb Raider game, so once again, I'm not a massive fan of the older Tomb Raider games. I actually prefer the Tomb Raider remake. I think that's a much better game. And then the last Wii game we've got, another Tomb Raider game. This time it is Tomb Raider Anniversary, and yeah, it was just another one that you had. We haven't got it in the collection, so yeah, quite glad to add that in. Okay, so now we're diving into the bundle of PS2 games. So I've just done a count up. We've got 27 new PS2 games for the collection, and then there's one PC game right at the end as well. So diving straight in, we have got Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2003. That one goes for 50p a CEX, £2 on eBay. Then we've got TY, the Tasmanian Tiger, and actually I think with this one we have got, I think we've got both the first and second one on, no, it's behind all that. I think we've got the first and second one on the GameCube, but I think I've only got the second one at the moment on the PS2. So yeah, really glad to have that one. I think there is a third one as well, so I will have to try and track that down and find out what systems that's actually on. That one goes for £2 at CEX, $4.50 on eBay. Then we've got Scooby-Doo, Night of 100 Frights. This one, once again, I think we've got this on the GameCube, but yeah, didn't have it on the PS2. This one goes for £5 at CEX, £6 on eBay. And then I think probably my favourite one out of all the ones that we've got here is the Sonic Gems collection. So this is Sonic CD, Sonic the Fighters, which I don't know about, the cult classic arcade 3D fighting game finally comes to consoles. Okay, not too sure about that. You've got Sonic R from the Sega Saturn. And then in addition to that, you've got some Game Gear versions of Sonic 2, Sonic Spinball, Sonic the Hedgehog Triple Trouble, Sonic Drift 2, Tails Sky Patrol, and Tails Adventure. So yeah, some really good games there. And actually it's really good to get a modern version of Sonic CD. I think it is missing the manual, yeah, but other than that, it is all good. And yeah, one I'm glad to have in the collection. That one goes for £6 at CEX, £7 on eBay. Then we've got Star Wars Bounty Hunter. Once again, another one that has gone up in price because now this is £5 at CEX and also goes for £8 on eBay. It is complete, which is good. And yeah, from my perspective, it's another Star Wars game that we didn't already have. So that was the reason for grabbing that one. Not, to be quite honest, not that I've actually picked and chosen what I've grabbed, because Nicky's just given me everything that he had. Okay, so next up, this was another game that really caught my eye when Nicky sent me over the pictures of what he had, and that is Jumanji. So this is a game based on the original Robin Williams movie from, I think it was the late 90s, if I remember rightly, 98, something like that. So yeah, I hadn't ever seen this before. I think actually since getting this off Nicky, I've seen it a couple of times now. So yeah, I was glad to pick it up. As I say, it wasn't one that I'd seen before, so yeah, I was quite glad that was in there. That goes for £1.50 at CEX and £4 on eBay. Then we've got Brian Lara Cricket. I think the case definitely needs a bit of a clean. I want to try and keep it in this case because obviously it does have the sticker on the front, and they're just a nightmare to try and remove and transfer them onto another case. So yeah, we've got that one. That is 50p at CEX, £3 on eBay. Then we've got Pro Evolution Soccer 5. I'll be honest, I haven't ever played any of the Pro Evolution games. I've always been very much FIFA. So yeah, I don't know too much about it. I know there are plenty of people out there that actually prefer these over the FIFA games. But yeah, just never actually got into these ones. This one goes for 50p at CEX, £2 on eBay. And then carrying on with the Pro Evolution games, we've got PSE 2008. This one goes for 50p at CEX, £3 on eBay. Next up, we've got a game, I swear I've seen this game around as well, and that is Space Chimps. So, once again, don't know anything about it. You are ham-free, and it's up to you and your Space Chimps crew to free the imprisoned alien of the planet Maglor. Okay, it looks like it's a bit of a puzzle game. So yeah, it could be an interesting one to play. That one goes for £2 at CEX, £6.50 on eBay. Then we've got Spider-Man. This is the Platinum version. And yeah, once again, I think we've got the Black Label version of this. But to get the Platinum variant, I was more than happy to pick it up. That one goes for £4 at CEX, £5 on eBay. Then we've got the Chronicles of Narnia, Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. So this is based on the live action remake that was released. I'll be honest, I've never seen the remake. I've always seen, was it the Snow Queen, I think it was called. Back in the 90s, it was like, or no, sorry, it wasn't. It was a TV series on CBBC. Yeah, you used to get it in the afternoon after you get home from school, and you'd have Andy Peters in the broom closet with Gordon the Gopher. That's how you know you're old, if you remember that. So yeah, this one goes for 50p at CEX, £3 on eBay. Then we've got All-Star Baseball 2002. Once again, I've played a couple of baseball games. They're okay. I'll be honest, I'm not massively into baseball. I don't mind playing it every now and then. But yeah, it's not something I watch or really sort of play the games. I think I might have, this might be even like the second or third game that I have in the collection that's baseball related. So that one goes for £1 at CEX, £3 on eBay. We've got World Championship Snooker 2002. I think we've got a couple of different years of this now. So yeah, a nice one to carry on the collection. £1 at CEX, £3 on eBay. Then we've got iToy Groove. So this is basically a dancing game, bit like oh, what's the game called? I can't remember the name. I'll put it down there. I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, I think I've got it here. Not Dance Stage. No, I can't remember. That's kind of bugged me now. So yeah, moving on from this one, we got this goes for 50p at CEX, £3 on eBay. But yeah. Then the other game we got was Burnout, and surprisingly enough, I didn't have the original Burnout on the PS2. I've got it on the GameCube, and I've think, I'm not sure whether I've got it on the 360 or not. But yeah, just didn't have it on the PS2. I think I've got quite a few of the other Burnouts, but yeah, just not this one. So yeah, really glad to finally add that into the collection. That goes for £150 at CEX, £4 on eBay. Then we've got High School Musical Sing It. Yeah, it was in with a pile, that's the excuse. I'll be honest, I've never seen High School Musical. I've seen clips of it, but yeah, it's not a series that was ever aimed at me. So yeah, I haven't watched it. That one goes for 50p at CEX, £2 on eBay. Then we've got Barnyard. So Nickelodeon, this was a Nickelodeon film. Once again, I haven't ever seen the film, so don't really have any relation to it. This goes for £5 at CEX, £10 on eBay. So it's actually quite a quite an expensive game for a PS2 game. Then we've got Dance Stage Fusion, which, yeah, obviously this one follows on from the sort of Dance Stage arcade games, enhanced with the iToy camera, but I think you can also use the dance pad as well with this. That goes for £1 at CEX, £5 on eBay. Then we've got Dance Fest. Once again, another one, looking at the back, that works with the dance mat. That goes for 50p at CEX, £4 on eBay. Then we've got SmackDown Just Bring It. So we did have this earlier on, but that was the Black Label version, which we do have in the collection. We don't have the Platinum version. The case itself is going to need a bit of work. We've got stickers over it. We've got Tipex on it as well. So yeah, I'm going to have to do a bit of cleaning on that to get that shelf ready. So SmackDown goes for £150 at CEX, £4 on eBay. Then we've got the Platinum version of Madagascar. This one doesn't have the manual, but it goes for £250 at CEX, £350 on eBay. Disney Move. Once again, this is another iToy camera, an iToy game, sorry. Yeah, once again, don't really know too much about it. That goes for 50p at CEX, £3 on eBay. Then we've got NBA Live 2001. I don't think this one has the manual. No, it don't. But this is an early game because this is actually a blue disc. And the blue discs were CD. And then once they went to the silver discs, that's when they moved to DVD. So yeah, I don't mind the NBA games. I quite enjoy playing the basketball games. I've had a couple which haven't been too great, but I think overall the NBA Live games always live up to the hype. That one goes for 50p at CEX, £5 on eBay. Then we get into a couple of heavy hitters actually, the last two games. We've then got Buzz Jr. Jungle Party. So once again, another Buzz game. But this one really surprised me. It goes for £8 on CEX, £14 on eBay. So yeah, definitely one to look out for if you're out at the boot fairs or the charity shops. And then the final one, this I will say, this is probably the game out of the whole stack that I really wanted to get my hands on. And that is, I think it's, yeah, King of Fighters, Maximum Impact. So yeah, I think the King of Fighters games are really good. Whenever I've played them, I will admit I haven't got too many of them. I've probably got about 3 or 4 across different platforms. So yeah, whenever I see them, I'll always pick them up because, yeah, I mean, out of the fighting games, this one is all, the King of Fighters games are always quite highly rated. So yeah, really chuffed to have that in the collection now. It is complete as well. I think it's a dual disc as well. Yeah. So we've got the normal game and then we've got a bonus disc as well. So that one goes for £10 at CEX, £16 on eBay. So that is a real heavy hitter. I always find the King of Fighters games are always sort of up there in their value. And then the final game we've got was Vampires vs Zombies. This looks like a sort of cartoon style strategy game. I don't know anything about it. It was in with a pile, so that's why it got put in. That goes for 50p at CEX and £2 on eBay. So that is everything that we've picked up from Nicky in this video. As I say, Friday's video is going to be a part 2 to this, where we've got a whole load of other games to go through, as well as some absolutely amazing picks up. I'm really, really chuffed with some of the bits that we got. So before we wrap up today, let's quickly run through the totals. And yeah, we've actually paid next to nothing for all this. £22 we paid. And that is predominantly the Pokemon cards and the Boot Fair pickups. Obviously, I haven't given a price for all of the PS2 games because that was a trade that I'd done with Nicky. So yeah, I haven't really got I can't really price that accurately. Then if we picked everything up from CEX, we'd be looking at £217. And then if we got everything from eBay, it would have cost us £585 and 50p. So yeah, absolutely amazing pickups. And just want to say a massive, massive thank you to Nicky for once again really coming through with some amazing finds for the collection. And yeah, so that is going to wrap up the video for today. But before you head off, if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're not already, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell to be kept up to date when you upload new videos. And yeah, with that said, thank you so much for watching today. Really hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. All right, bye.